Hello everyone, my name is Drexel and I'm gonna show you how 700 ELO chess players think. So here I'm playing as black, and with black I want to play Elephant Gambit. So he plays e4, I play e5, and he plays pony to f3, and in this position we have Elephant Gambit. So I play d5, and this guy didn't follow the script. He was supposed to take with this pawn, and then I push forward my other pawn to bully his pony. Pony would have run away somewhere on the middle here or here, and then I would have bring out my boss lady. But he didn't do that. Instead, whoops, oops. Instead, he did this move, and from here, I don't know what to do. So I just eat his pawn, and then he kills back my pawn, and then I blasted my hoe of a wife to his hoe wife, and he had to kill it with his king and forfeit his castling rights. Then I just bring out my pony, normal development things, and then he brings out his light side juicer to bully my king. But I just deflected that bullying with my teeny pawn. That juicer runs away, and I took his free pawn, and he took my supposed free pawn, but his greed blinded him to the fact that there is a fork on f2. Rechecking his king, he has to move his king, and then I will win his rook for free. Here I thought he's gonna jump his pony as well to try and score some rook here to eat here, but instead he used his light side juicer to check out my king. And it's pretty obvious that if I move to the side, then a fork can happen there. So I thought I'm just gonna move forward. And here, he just did this random juicer move. I don't really understand what for. So I just bring out my light side juicer, trying to initiate a trade, but didn't want to. Instead, he checked out my king. So I thought like, I'm just gonna step to the side, and then he repointed it back to my king's skull. And when I did this random juicer move, I knew I fucked up, because had he moved his pony here, it would have been double check, and then I would have to move my king, and then he he would have eaten my rook for free. So that would have been really sad. But oops. Uh, But instead, he took my juicer, and I was relieved because then I get to take his juicer, which I wanted to do in the first place anyway. And then he brings out his pony, and I moved my juicer to the area where it can guard the space where my pony would be evacuating to. And then he moved his rook to the open space. Meanwhile, both of my rooks are still sleeping. And then, so I thought, like, it's okay, no matter. First, the pony must be evacuated to safety. So I did that, trying to get it to safety while also attacking his rook. But here, he did this, and I don't know for what. Maybe he wants to take my pony, but he forgot that I also have a turn. Or I don't know, he did this move for some reason, but it's definitely not for the love of his rook. So I just took his rook for free, and he killed that legend of a pony finally. Oh, that guy will be remembered forever. So here, I just had to move my juicer, which was still under attack. So I moved it to this square while also trying to score a pawn. And here, he rechecked me, so I just moved my piece, my king, forward here, where it's Nice and guarded by three pieces. Oh, what a look at that image. So he did this weird move. I don't know. Maybe he wants to guard his juicer so that my king couldn't take it, and then the juicer could still guard the two ponies. But I just killed his pony with my juicer anyway, and then he killed my juicer, and then I was spoiled for choice, either pony or juicer. I chose his pony, and then he abandoned. Ah, what a generous guy. Those three pieces at the back never woke up, and meanwhile, my king had the workout of his life. Anyway, time for next game. For next game, we got white, and when it's white, it's gonna be Jobava London for me. So it's e5, oh d5, and opponent plays e5, which is called England with a U gambit, and I hate it because I lose to this a lot, and I still don't know how to destroy it. So here I am out of my comfortable waters, so I just took the pawn anyway. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I just did it. And then here, after thinking for 10 seconds, he decided he's gonna give me another pawn for free. And he forgot that there's that French word en passant, en passant, bitch. And then here, he finally killed that legendary pawn. So here I just pushed my e pawn to the center to kind of like take some space in the middle. And then he made this weird pony move. I don't really know what it's for. And so I just ignored it and stick to my Jobava London script. Develop my pony. It's guarding this pawn. How do I do that arrow thing? I did it before. Here, here, here. I don't know. How do you do that arrow thingy? But anyway, this pony is guarding this pawn. And then he made another weird move. I don't really know what was the purpose of this. So I thought like, okay, I'm just not gonna stick to my Jobava London script because it would have been Juicer here, Dark Side Juicer here. But then I just made this Juicer move. I pin his pony to his king. And then here he decided he's gonna give his queen for free. I don't know why. Maybe he wants to attack this, but I took it. Maybe he's wanting to attack this, and then he would score a rook, and it would be despair for me. But I forgot that I have a juicer here. Look at that. So I took his queen, and then I took his ELO. Sometimes we, the people here in 700, are not only dumb, but very generous too. So there you go. See you next time.